Yo, what's up? How are you doing?
Doing well. Just got done with work and ready to go.
Nice, I gotcha. So I'm just can you stream like you watching it? Because the what I do is I just have my notepad out and type in it and then just like send it to you like after.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I can stream. You want me to stream it?
Yeah, and just like pausing it whenever, like I just say to pause, like feel
Yeah.
like that's the
Yeah,
best.
definitely. Let me just get it open real quick. All right. I want to share that screen. There we go. You can see it okay?
Yeah. Can you full screen it perhaps?
What's that?
Or like can you full screen it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Thank you, that's much better. You could pause here by the way. Just already.
Yeah,
Uh, so identify like your win cons and your matchups here. So okay, you're into Nemesis. That's gonna be their jungler. How do you feel about that matchup?
I don't necessarily think the 1v1's great because most of my damage comes against she can just three with her shield. Um,
Yeah, I
but I think
agree.
overall in a team fight, that if I catch her with her abilities down, I out trade her.
Well, I mean, you're gonna outtrade anyone like with her abilities, and it's just trying to like a new character. But yeah, you actually don't have the worst matchup by the way, because I'm pretty sure three cancels her shield.
Gotcha. Yeah, the root.
So you actually could look to like trade with her early here, because I'm assuming you go Bluestone too.
I did. Yep.
Yeah, so honestly, the best on net matchup you could trade with her. And also, I'm just going to stream my notepad, by the way, so like you could
Sure.
see whatever I'm writing down, obviously, because it's like helpful.
Right.
Here you go. Do you see it?
Yep.
Okay, so before like any game ever starts, you want to just notice where you're strong, where you're weak, what you want to look to do, what your character wants to look to do. So Basta right now is like kind of tricky. Because, like, I feel like she's kinda like your early game character, in the sense that if you don't snowball, you feel kinda weak. But her late game, her poker is actually, like, pretty good with, like, Brooch and stuff, obviously, too.
Mhm.
So, I mean, in this game, who do you think your easiest change is?
Um, honestly, this is one. These are some of the things I do think about, but this is part of the thing where I think I do struggle a little bit. Is the matchups part of it? Is I'm still kind of learning. Like I said, I was kind of self taught coming into this. I've always solo
Mhm.
queued. I think
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this game,
that's fine.
mostly my original thought was Morgan Le Fay. Other than her, putting her one on herself if I jump in on her. But it's also super easy for me to get my damage off onto her, get out. And then once I've made that space again, I can use my ult if I need to close the gap again.
Yeah, I agree in the sense that if the LeFay is, like, out of position, you do have, like, kill potential on her. But I think generally it's like not an easy kill if like he just positions right. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like how do you like play it? Like do you go blink this game?
I
I mean,
did.
Look at their gods.
I think in
I
this
think
one
you're
I
fine to
started
go
beats.
blink here.
I think I went beats first this game.
Really? You want? I think you could get away with blink here. You just have to like kind of mind Sobek.
Right. I think my
But
thought process behind it was I could in the early game kind of jump on them beats through it and get finish a kill that I may not have otherwise.
because like really, they don't really have any CC threat. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
They have. I mean, Are the way solo laners work right now is like they're not gonna really rotate on you, like anyways, until they're until you have your second relic really right now. I think if you do go beads, your gank on the Lefay is easier actually. So I agree with that, in the sense that you have a better gank on her, but I still think it's like a pretty inconsistent win con. because I feel like it's so safe for mid right now if
Right.
they just don't misplay. I think your easiest gank by far is gonna be the Arthur actually.
Gotcha.
Because, just think about how the game plays out. It's just like he's Arthur into like just RDR,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
So it's like he'll just be crippled. You'll have your ult, and you have damage and gap flows on him. And it feels really bad for soul laners to go beads. Like this guy won't go beads. He's just gonna be like a free best at ult, like for you too. And you even have setup for your best at ult, like off the RDO here.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's literally just like he gets slowed, he gets crippled, you get your damage off, like he gets rooted, you ult him, and then like you guys are just gonna kill him, you know?
Right.
And another thing is like Arthur's like what start he's not gonna go I guess he could go Axe, but like he'll probably go Bluestone, even though it's like not great on Arthur. It's just of how bad solo laner starters are right now.
Mhm.
So he'll probably just have Bluestone, which makes him really easy to kill early. I'll put that down to oh shit. Uh Bluestone soul laners are very easy to punish. I want. I don't know if you do, but check if Arthur goes Bluestone for sure. Because if he does, like I think that solo lane gank is so easy
I think
and
he
like
did in
way
this game,
more.
actually.
It's way more. It's like way more guaranteed than like the Lefay like just stepping super far out, or I mean like a car on so bad gank, you know.
Right.
I think Arthur.
And I think the Chiron in this game was actually one of the harder ones to gank. He was probably the best player on their team by a lot, other than the jungler for them.
Yeah, I mean, the better the player, the harder they are to gain. But it's also just like god matchups. Like you can't really ever kill a Chiron. I don't think.
Right.
You
Yeah, we'll
just
see that a couple of times where he gets out.
yeah, you just like don't have the gap flows as best up, especially if you don't go blank. I think dueling very hard game. Uh, you went beads, so no gap flows. Chiron dash. Lefay mid gank not bad, but depends on positioning.
Yeah, I'm just relying on her to be super out of position to actually do anything with it.
Yeah. And then she also just has CC immunity for your ult too. So it's
Right.
just like not an easy game. Who's their mid laner? Hebo?
Yeah,
Like maybe if he gets a good engage off, but it's like, you know, it's kinda hard for him. Because I think Lefay just wins that lane too as
yeah.
well.
The Hebo was probably our worst player by far. I think he had 14,000 damage at the end of the match. So it
Yeah.
was a rough mid game.
Jungle matchup. Also, always look at your jungle matchups, by the way, because they determine a lot, especially early game and late game. Jungle matchup is favored for Bastet. Have Bluestone and can cancel a shield.
Yeah, because like as
So
soon as you mentioned the shield cancel, like I didn't even think about it during the game itself.
yeah, and on it, if you also play it right, you could jumper too. You could, you know, could
Right.
outplays her very well. And so this, I mean, it's not really a lot, but like, well, I mean, it's like four different things, like five or four that different things you're thinking about. But this is all things you should think about before every game even starts. Like, you have so much time to like at your speed buff, just like sitting there waiting.
Right.
You should just be thinking about like your win cons, your lanes, your how like fights are gonna play out. Like, are you gonna blink in? Are you gonna be saving your blink like after the fact? You know
Mhm.
how you're gonna beats? Are you gonna beats defensively or aggressively on like say the Lefay? And just how the general matchup plays out because you'll see later why general matchup is like really important right now. This is normally way too long. League game starts. So you can play it now,
Okay.
and yeah, we're just gonna be in a really good now.
Yeah, you want me
But
to
yeah,
flip
these
through where it
are
starts?
yeah. You could just
Yeah,
cut to
fast
you
forward to where
playing.
we get there. A little bit further. And this completely gets messed up. I'll let you know now.
The player.
Yeah, the start here gets messed up because the yellow goes back to the starting position for some reason, like just the one creep.
That's fine. I
So
mean,
I know generally how
yeah,
this
kind
works,
of.
but it got really screwed up in this, so I was just giving you the heads up.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this that was crazy a little bit.
Yeah, and it just walks back, and we didn't recognize it, and I accidentally picked up blue thinking it was yellow. So, but yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of like a thing that shouldn't happen, obviously. Oh, by the way, when that happens, don't pick up the blue because you could still pick up duo-side speed. But yeah, it's just like
yeah, I think that was a total
it.
mistake on my part. It didn't even register me that it wasn't yellow until after I picked it up.
Yeah, it's fine because you can pause here.
Okay.
So this is a stream, right?
No, this one's actually just a ring match. Our scrims were last week beforehand. We didn't manage to get one scheduled before this.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So what should happen in this scenario? Because like that buff clear, obviously, doesn't go like that. It's like not the standard like what should be. It's just kind of like a odd thing now,
Mhm.
odd circumstance that like only happens like very rarely, right?
Right.
But normally what happens is you guys would actually have mid prio because your 2v2 is better than Lithe and them. So I'm gonna should have mid lane prio versus Lithe none. Because you guys just have better clear. Like keyboard clear is just super nuts early and is like knock up. So and your clear is very good too. Keyboard best clears. So the thing that's weird here is that their jungler doesn't show up either. So that means they're doing the start where uh the jungler is doing speed buff right now and duo-side backcamps.
Gotcha.
Uh or there's another one where they choosing solo lane at level 2, but that one's like by far the worst thing they could do because it's a gank that shouldn't work, and even if it does, I mean, like they're just losing like so much on the other side of the map for it, so it's just not worth the risk of the gank itself. So right now, their jungler when they hit 3 is going to be like pretty much at that purple buff. So you want to look out when you don't see their jungler mid. You want to look out for the level of their jungler. When the jungler hits 3, you want to just pin your duo lane to back up, or in terms just like call that they're gonna be there. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Right.
It's different because if it's just a 2v2, you obviously just you see their jungler, like the exact location. But it's just something to keep in mind. If you right now in this meta, if you don't see their jungler, he's gonna be on like duos like backcamps.
Got it.
I don't know why I'm doing parentheses like that. Sean not okay, cringe. There we go. So yeah, in like a stream, you just tell your dealer lane to play safe because that's just where their jungler's gonna be. But you could play now.
Yep. No problem.
So you guys do end up having mid pro here. Assume you're gonna just solo speed here.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, So here's the thing: you could pause, but their jungler did like nothing instead.
Yeah, that's what it
But
ended up
but
being.
but realistically, their jungler should be like if they're not in mid, they're doing that start
Right.
at backhands. But you see their jungler in mid here, so you have the jungle gain prio right now. So when you hit three, you're gonna be
You're
three, and
punching
this
the
nim will
fuck
be
out of
two
me.
for so long. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, you're
So
not. Good job, guys.
knowing
I'll
that
take
you're
it back to
stronger
base.
early game, at least like now,
Nobody's
like
at
you
all.
might have not known that before. There's three things you could do here. You could pause right here. So what are you looking to do? I mean, okay, this let's troll because this Lefay is like insane. But you
Right.
have three options like around this mark all the time, right? You
Yeah.
could gank duo is one. You could gank mid, which is two, and you could track their jungler and just follow the jungler is three.
Yes.
So tracking the jungler is actually good when you have the stronger matchup because you kind of just put pressure on them, and it normally uh means you get neutrals as long as because they say you're like at prop buff like right now. If you follow the jungler, they don't do anything because they can't pull and like when you can, you know what I mean?
Right.
So let's say you went immediately to prop buff, they could like trade out prop buff with at least like with mid camps or one of the mid camps, you know what I mean? Or like let's say you went to mids, they do prop buff, you know what I mean? Like you're canceling the trade out when you track the jungle.
Gotcha.
Uh the thing is here is that this Lefay is inting, so you should just change mid.
Yeah.
Uh
Because my original thought when I first finished yellow was I was going to go to duo since I did clear faster. But when I saw that trade happen, that's when I came back to mid. Um,
and
I didn't want to waste time in duo, so I started back towards mid.
option here in Num versus Bastet. Not sure. But Mate's good choice. Because I'm assuming you just changed mid here, right?
Yeah, I gank mid.
Mate's good decision. Adapting to Lefay. But you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
Just like in a game where their mid's playing safe, like not really in position to be killed. You have those three options. Is gank mid, gank duo, or track jungle. And then yeah, so you take the option of ganking mid here,
Mhm.
which is you could play with no by the way.
I knew I was gonna die. I was just trying to get the kill for it.
I just got so much up in damage. Be careful, middle. Killing people is raw, one of a kind.
Okay, so that fight should have been good, but for a different reason. That was so int of the num to dash in twice there. I think the better target selection is always to go on Lefay there, because no matter what he does, he's just dead there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But say you go on the num there, and he just double dashes away. You don't kill him, and then the Lefay just gets out because you have no CDs anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it works out because he double dashes in. But there, and like the Hebo should never die there. Like he just has carpet into Nem. You know what I mean? It's a level 2 nemesis. Like literally zero threat to Hebo. Uh, I think yeah, I think that was bad target power there, but it works out
Gotcha.
for sure. Bad target prio. What time is that in the game?
That
I
was
like putting timers.
probably 147.
47. But yeah, um, So it works out, so it's fine. I mean, it's pretty much the same result. You got a kill, so it's fine.
Got it.
Yeah, so just play. But yeah, just something to keep in mind there that you could have just made that play a lot more like safer and guaranteed. But I'd like to see go for prop if you're after these mids or
And when,
gank duo.
and when you say Bravo, what is that? What are you referring to? Sorry.
That's a duo camp buff, like right there.
Okay, gotcha.
Like yeah, to your right, it gives you prots and a shield. So I just follow prop buff.
Gotcha.
Sobek is a better target here. Do you like that from me?
Yeah, I called the Sobek
Oh,
and they did not listen to the call. They both went on Chiron.
He still doesn't have. Oh, there he goes.
And then that
yeah,
kind of ruined the entire thing when Nim came in.
Oh, we totally have this so bad.
So okay, pause. So that's obviously bad for a lot of reasons, right? So you go on the Sobek there, they don't, and then they go on the Chiron with dash. You made the right play there, they didn't. But as soon as you like recognize that, you call the danger, like you call it off because you guys
Okay,
had no kill potential there from there on out.
gotcha.
So
So just needed to recognize that earlier and just back off.
yeah, what time is up?
That would have been probably 228, 229.
2:28. Okay, you make good target prio. Therefore, gank is off. You need to just like back off because the second you commit too hard on that, it's like it's just bad, because you jump in too, I assume.
Yeah, I jumped in.
Yeah, it's just like you guys never kill them there. And it's just like honestly they have turn potential on you. They kinda did. Like the Nem really didn't do that much damage to you.
Right.
But it's just like, yeah, like all your kill pressure, like all your kill potential is gone the second you use the CDs on the Sobek and they use theirs on the Chiron.
Right. Yeah, I think I used my 2 and then I actually missed the one on the Sovek too when I jumped on him. I think I overshot him.
Yeah, it's just a bad gank, honestly. Honestly, like you could play it perfectly mechanically. I don't see that ever going well.
Right.
So just back off when gank is done. Nem counter ganks and gets free kill. So just recognize when gank. I'll put print or slash kill potential is done. But yeah. So they also probably get prop off that. You also could have you also didn't have to gank there. Though I do like the gank there. You just poke out the Sobek
Mhm.
and or kill him or force a relic and you guys are prop off after. But yeah, that was just like worst case scenario. But it's fine. It's not like game losing anything, but it's just like your leads like you went from being like very ahead to like probably a little bit behind now.
Okay, gotcha.
Can somebody report them? Double the kills, double the bills.
I think they
And your
actually ended up.
Danza dies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all 3 of
that's
them. All 3 of us did.
all three. Oh yeah, that's very bad. That's fine.
Rough start.
But yeah, they're play 2K now.
Yeah.
Who did your speed buff?
I think that was still the original drop, but since I
Oh,
died
you
early
guys
enough,
never
I was
picked it
able to
up.
get it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I always pick that up just in case. Not like it's a very small thing, just I might as well.
Yeah, I think I didn't have it because I had the mana buff on accident.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember now. All right, now you have speed. So also that gank is harder because you don't have speed. So
And then somehow they immediately turned around and died by the time I walked out
okay,
of
here.
base.
Pause. So you still see Nemad purple here?
Yeah.
Right. Doing this red's a waste of time.
Okay.
Like, her whole right roll is coming up, so you could play blue. You see the soul laner there. You know he won't be at it in time.
Okay.
You know the red's coming up and the speed and the backs. So the thing is, this Nem's gonna not even back yet. He's most likely gonna do that purple and then back. so you have so much time to just like get jungle. You know,
Gotcha. I
like
should
get
have
the red,
focused
get the blue.
stealing solo
The
side
speed,
jungle.
the speed's very unlikely here, but yeah, at 322. See Nema purple. Super delayed back. Doing red. So waste of time here. When you have power play. See solo and the winner. So you do recognize that you could have just like invaded here, right? It's
Yeah,
just
definitely.
like
I definitely see that for sure.
yeah, doing the red here is just like it's farm that they can't invade or steal anyway, so you're just trying to like confirming it, you know?
Right.
But it's like you could steal like an important camp of theirs and then still get your own red and your own stuff, you know?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I've struggled with on the new map so far. In the old map, I was very good at like invading regularly, and on this newer map,
Mhm.
I'm still kind of getting used to the feel of when I can, when I'm pushing too far. And
Yeah, I mean the map is bigger, so in that sense itself, it's just harder to invade, and it feels worse to invade. But like, just it's so free here, because that num just stayed so long, like
right,
over there. So
gotcha.
yeah, you just recognize when you have invade potential.
Okay,
Anyways, you could go.
I don't think anyone's surprised.
It's definitely not our best start.
It's under attack.
Like this red, you could have done because he's still clearing wave. You look to kill here.
yeah, I do. Well, I think I just tried to poke, and then when I forced ult, I just backed off.
They are inting so hard. Also, pop your shard more, by the way.
Yeah, that's something I've been working on as well. I just kind of forget it's there at times.
Hey, that counts.
Okay, so pause. So, I mean, that works out for you, but like you could see like why like that probably shouldn't happen.
Mhm.
Uh, so you played it well in the sense that you like backed up and then you just let them dive and then you like punish them after. That was really good. But they just like shouldn't be making that play, like in general. It's
Right.
like you still had red buff invade potential. I'm trolling right now. Went for poke instead, or blue even. But I think getting red right now is more valuable.
Gotcha. And instead, all I did was poke and pull the ult.
Yeah. I mean that's fine. Like it's just he didn't even have to ult there. He
Right.
only has to ult there unless you ult, but he just ulted nothing
And I was
because
only
he
4 at the time.
yeah. Also, when looking to fight, gank, or engage, use your shard. I'm gonna put a lot of damage. The difference is big when you have the power shard and you use it.
Okay.
It's definitely tough to get used to, but just try and like make a
Yeah, I've
note on
noticed
yourself.
that for myself when I play support, I actually use it a lot because of the Carapace shell shard, but I don't
Hmm.
tend to use it as much when I'm in the jungle for some reason, but I need to.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just something you have to just get used to. But yeah, so just play it. But that does well for
I
you.
mean,
So
it counts
I
when
want
you
to
get
see you shove
to.
this wave here.
I'm just trying to
Get
be
the farm.
positive.
That's really good. Your mid laner's not going to get that either way. I want to see you do the speed here before backing too. You actually have a lot of farm up, so
He ulted minions.
I wanted.
use the leashing mechanic more. By the way, pause here. You could have just like thrown like you could have jumped on the speed, then jumped back, and then pulled backhamps, and then brought them together and cleared with her too.
Gotcha.
And it's so much faster. You save so much time.
Right.
So it's better tempo because you clear like well in this case you're backing anyways, but it's better tempo because by the time you clear it, you're also already there, like at the spot, you know?
Right.
Compared to just like uh standing at speed and then walking and then, clearing and then being
Gotcha.
away.
It puts you in a better position to be where you need to be next.
Yeah. You get around the map much faster and then you're also farming much faster.
Gotcha.
Better farm. Okay, faster farm. Because the farm's not better, it's just faster. Faster farm and faster. But yeah. Fair play. So I'm gonna assume you do backs here.
Yeah, I think I do backs and then I go to green and then back.
I just want to get level 5.
Gotcha.
Because I want to get a Transcendence online. Or maybe
Your
back
right
here.
tower is under attack. Enemies spotted.
Let me take
Alright,
that off
Ratio,
your
once I level 5,
hands.
I'll come over to
Alright,
you.
I wanna see you farm right side here. Of course. Assume that's what you do.
Yeah. I actually think I end up ganking right here.
Yeah, the Arthur is very low. It actually is a play you can make here.
Yeah, I go up.
O inimigo está fora do meio.
This is good. I like that you don't farm here. And you just go straight for the gank.
Followed.
O inimigo está fora do meio.
Turn
Out
and
of
fight.
battle. You killed someone.
That was really good. Nice. So, I mean, you want to pause just for me
Yeah,
to
we can
give you a
take-
compliment? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So that was really good. Recognize because I feel like a lot of new players would have started farming and then going for the gank. But you just go straight for the gank because you know that like that window is very short. Like a 1 HP Arthur isn't just gonna stay really far up like that.
Mhm.
So you gotta get there to the lane and gank as fast as possible. But you recognize that and you read that, which is really good. So it gets you a kill. And then you still have your farm up, you know? It's like, yeah, that's really good. Nice.
All right, cool.
You should probably back up. We don't know where their jungler is. Inimigo se aproximando à direita.
Enemies incoming right. You should probably stop queuing with that guy.
I need another gank on this Chiron, or else I'll never be able to catch it.
Right.
Thanks.
Don't listen
That
to her.
ult's up in a minute.
Yeah.
That lane's over. That lane's over.
Yeah, when she died like twice and
I want you to play on the Arthur. Like that's like the lane you could get like fed off of. It's good. Don't trade with that guy. This looks like a bad spot anyway though. Kinda.
Did somebody report that guy?
Ground.
yeah, this is where I have the bad beads as well, I'm pretty sure. I ended up getting out of this crazily enough.
Okay, yeah. No offense, you played that so badly, but they fucked up so somehow. You can pause.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have just like you seem hesitant there. You know what I mean? It's just like either you like take the trade or don't. You're kind of like in and out of like wanting to trade with the nem. Like when your CDs are down, just like don't trade, just run away. You know?
Yeah, I think I was in between on that one as well.
There's just like yeah, because you're just like getting auto down by the nem. It's like obvious, like you don't want to like auto trade with the nem, you know?
Right.
And like it's I don't think it's you like being bad at the game or like making the wrong play there. I think it's just like hesitance. It's just like just make sure you're running away because I think you want to run away. You're just like kind of not, you know?
Right. I think I'm trying to figure out if I'm making the right call or not, and not just making a
Yeah.
call and going with it.
Because I mean, when that Hebo is like that far up, like I don't even know like what happens to him there. But he's like in a dire spot. It looks like it, and you have no CDs. Like you can't save him. Just like you know.
Right. I gotcha.
Don't hold him. He is dead. And
I think some of that too is I just need to ignore teammates, especially in ranked.
yeah, especially in ranked, like the Donza and the Heba are kind of like insane, you know?
Right.
That's the thing about ranked. It's like VOD viewing streams is a bit different, but in ranked you just like straight up like you gotta ignore some people.
Right.
Just gonna put a note: ignore Donza lane and play off Arthur lane. Yeah.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and I make the mistake of not playing off that Arthur lane much at all,
Might
to be
be
honest.
too fancy for
Front.
me.
He's going for my purple.
Your right tower is under attack.
You're too kind.
Enemy missing middle.
Oh my god.
I also would have muted so fast because her mic is so bad.
Oh yeah.
Just hear it just sounds like she's slamming her desk.
Holy fuck, he deals so much damage. Oh, I can't believe it. Nice job.
I must go all out. Twice the carnage.
Oh my god, that was just
That was really good. You guys should pull
so
gold
much
here.
so.
No pull gold?
I don't think we pull gold here.
Go
I think
team.
they all ran back to lane.
Oh, they're really low. Okay, yeah. I guess that's fine. But really pressure the map here.
Gotcha.
Like
I could have done like
shove this wave, go right. Go right side.
gotcha
Okay,
instead
no?
of just going for farm.
Yeah, pause there.
Ultimate.
When you have the power play like that, when you have power play, so I mean, a thing you could do off your power play is like go gold, but your dealing's too low, so that's fine. Pressure the map. Look for something. No gold call is fine. But shove mid wave and look for mid camps or chain cover.
Gotcha. So I should have looked something after pushing that mid wave. Look for like
Yeah,
the
it
pyro
just
harpies or
recognizing when you have map pressure. You know, like you
gotcha.
have the pressure on the map to make a play that you wouldn't really be able to make. Because like when you have the power play like that, like you have mid prio, you just got a double kill and duo. You could do pretty much almost anything on the map, and like you won't get punished for it. You know,
Okay.
so
I think that is one of my drawbacks I've been having to get out of is learning to play the map more aggressively on their side over
mhm.
just taking the safe farm.
Okay, yeah, and
So just
you
knowing
can
when to
play.
dial it up and then when to stay doing what
Yeah,
you're doing.
yeah. The way you can recognize that is by lane states, and I mean whether like if you get a double kill, like you have the map pressure. You know.
Gotcha.
Oh, you were spacing so well, but then you didn't.
Yeah, I've messed
Do
it
you
up
still
right
kill
as
here?
I.
Shard 2? Shard 2? Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
didn't.
Yeah, you can pause. I think you recognize what you did wrong there.
Yeah,
You the second you get knocked back by the dash, the gank is so hard, you know?
right,
But you were playing around the dash so well there, you just kinda like you noticed your Danzo was losing the trade, so you like you obviously go a lot closer. The thing is there, you went into like auto range and then he just dashes you back, you know?
right.
You could actually replay that. And like I could tell you like during the game what you want to do here.
Yeah, I can go back.
Yeah, so right here.
Yeah, because what I
Okay.
was hoping
So
for is he would force
also
him to dash
also
back.
pop your shard, man. But
Yeah,
anyways,
yep.
throw your root. You want to throw your root a lot earlier there.
Okay,
And you could also CC like you could Bastet ult his dash. Honestly, is something you could look to do there too.
okay.
But you wanted to use the root there a lot earlier, and you wanted to just make sure you don't get hit by a Chiron jump there. You still get the kill, which is literally insane. But you're doing like no shard challenge,
Yeah,
like
that's been a big thing, right?
yeah. It just use your shard, and then yeah, you started spacing that so well, but then you just got hit by the dash. So uh, he kind of trolled by dying after, but I'll just do like what that was 9
Gotcha.
space spacing for uh gets you trying to get baited by your Danza. Danza.
Yeah, and Donza was 2 levels down there when I came in.
This should equal like gank over.
Gotcha.
Like the second like yeah. Like he trolls. However, gank is still a kill. Which is really good. Also use your shard. I'm just gonna put it again.
Yeah, just keep hammering it, so I'll remember. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. But yeah, you could play it now.
Okay. So yeah, I just cleared yellow, and then I went in for a gank here on
hmm
Arthur.
Yeah, that's good actually. You could kill here, maybe.
Yeah, I think when I got to tower, I didn't
You
trust her
could
to stay
definitely kill
under.
here.
She started to die tower, and then she looked like she was pulling back, so I didn't trust it. And then that's see how she runs out, and then that's when I don't continue going.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, maybe if you use your shard, like you might
Yeah, I
have kill
probably
potential there.
right. Running theme.
But yeah, that was fine to give up on that. You made the mistake of not all committing on it. You know, it looked like kind of suspect, like kind of sus, kind of sketch. And you made the decision to back off. I think that's fine. You know, I think you could have looked to done bastions off of it.
Okay, gotcha.
That I'm gonna note that bastions are 150 gold, or not 150 if you split that. What time was that?
That would have been about 10:40. And is build looking okay so far for what you would want with Bastet?
Yeah, the build's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could go Joden's. It's like preference, I guess. I'd probably go Joden's, but yeah, I think Crusher. It's not like you're trolling or anything with your build or anything.
Okay.
Uh, they are super overextending, but I don't think you guys have build potential there.
Yeah, I think this ends up going pretty poorly. If I
I could
remember
see
correctly.
that. Well, if I use her abilities bad though, so you should at least kill this guy. That was good. That was a bad beads.
Yeah. I was just so like trying to prevent the plug. I think this one's worth a 3. I think she just barely outtrades me there. I think she had rage at that point. She went crit.
Yeah, okay. You could pause there. So the only way you ever die here is off luck, by the way. Like you recognize that, right? Like
Right.
so
Yeah.
that 2 is not a threat to you.
Yeah.
So what's this, like 1240?
Yeah. 1440.
Or 1440? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Pluck is only threat to you.
I think I just tried to guess the plug too much instead of just waiting for it.
Else is a waste and gives them potential to kill you. You know what I mean? It's like the second somebody sees you too, or like beats us too, it's like, oh, if I pluck this guy, he's actually like probably a kill, you know?
Right.
If you just hold your beats for the pluck, he has 0 kill potential on you. And
Gotcha.
also, I think if you space better around num better, you kill with your 2. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah. So instead of like trying to close and like continue to auto in between stuff, if I just wait until I have my 2
Yeah,
up, I could probably kill her.
yeah, it just like you like walk around him. You don't give him autos. Like you're not auto trading, but you're just close enough to where like you could get an auto off and a 2 off, you know?
Right.
Like your burst off.
Got it.
But here. Little too close. Ends up giving
So it's just dancing with the spacing a little bit, like
yeah. Yeah,
keeping them within
just like
ability range, but
hiding
not where they can actually trade with me.
and kill when your 2 was up in like a second, you know?
Yeah, I think of what's going to come up. I think we
Like it
got.
was literally a second. It was super close.
Yeah, let's see real quick. Just 2-1. Yeah, I could if I'd have stayed back, I'd have been fine. Okay.
So we're like in mid game now, pretty much.
Okay.
So not really. Well, the only thing different with mid game is that Pyro's like a thing on the map. Yeah, you could play.
Yeah, no problem. Skip forward and get base.
So notice that they're on Oris right now, so they'll probably have pressure for gold. Also, just seems like they're a lot stronger right now, which is because they are. Like you're the only one like really ahead, or
Right.
no, you're not even ahead. You're just even, but everyone else on your team is like so far down. So keep in mind that they have like map pressure here. They're
Can I ask you a
stronger in the
question real
team
quick?
fight.
Because I've always wondered this. In the Gold Fury pit right there, when they have oracles, does that mean if I walk around the outside of that circle, can they see me in there? Is that
I think it's only the gold
or
fury pit
just the
now.
actual when they're when I'm
Yeah,
inside a circle with a
yeah,
chair?
yeah. It's just a pit. Yeah.
Okay.
So they saw you there.
Okay.
Getting prop up is fine. Honestly, you see a lot of them in Ray. You could call gold here. I kind of hope you do.
I think I do call gold here, and it takes the Danza forever to walk over, and by the time it does, it's too late. Because I'm walking to it, but everyone else is kind of out of position.
Did you VGS it?
Yeah, I was actually
Oh, you're in voice drums?
I was voice calming, but I had my mute. I didn't pick up my mic on the recording. I was in voice comms calling for it, and then the Danza was like, "I need to do this wave first, and then you'll see." We do it easily if not, because they barely steal it with Chiron ult. If we'd have done that 20 seconds earlier, they're not.
Yeah, that should have been a free gold. If you call it though, I mean, I don't have to like write anything down. You recognize that that was a free like good gold.
Yeah, and then that one I was just trying to see everyone was over pushed and jump back, but there were still people back there, so that's why I died.
Yeah, I think you trying to zone there is fine, but you have to recognize it's a bit risky. It's like if you get plucked, you don't have beads, so you just like die, you know.
Gotcha.
And if you're like the only one that's strong on your team, you dying's like really bad.
Okay. So especially in like a rank situation, if I recognize I'm the best player on the team, I need to try and save myself more than others.
Yeah, honestly, recognize that you're the most valuable player life. Because like, you just are. You know, you're 7-2, and like your whole team's like 0-5 or like whatever the fuck you know. So it's just like if they kill you, it's like your team has no one con anymore.
Gotcha.
I want to see you just do speed blue here, and then maybe look for Arthur. I would have liked to see you like go for the Arthur more this game.
Yeah,
Just like
I
you
know
kind
I
of went more
completely
Josa.
avoided that side, and I think
Yeah,
like
I mean,
in my head it was like he's already has 3 levels down into a matchup that they should be strong into.
yeah, that's just like ranked moment, right?
Yeah.
So.
And I think this is part of where my the coaching comes into play is that at this point I'm not quite sure where I can go with it. Whether
Well, this you made the right play here. This round's like super insane. Like even if he kills a Donza here, which he will, you just get the kill. So yeah, that was good. That was really good. You should shove this wave and get Bastions. 'Cause you know you see all of them. So well, like literally all of them. You should get both Passions and Tower here.
yeah, I think that is what I end up doing.
That's really good then. That's what you do. You can also look for purple. You did just see the Nem go over left though, but you still have vision, so you should see her still. But just know that Nem's looking for you right now. That was like pretty risky, because now you don't have jump. Yeah, he fucked that up so hard. Holy shit, he might still kill you because he just has everything up.
I think we actually turned this, if I remember right. This is me just trying to buy time with abilities.
Yeah, you're out, which is good. That Nem should be arrested though. So, but you recognize why? Like, if that Nem's like not like terrible, like why you died there?
Yeah, I should have died there because I used my jump when I saw her on a ward.
Yeah, you well. Also, you know how I told you like Nem's looking for you here,
Hmm.
kind of like before it even happened. So just hold your jump, you know, because when you have your jump, she can't ever really kill you.
Right.
Well, she kinda can, but I mean, it's much harder to live when you don't have jump. Or
Yeah, maybe
combo.
at this stage of the game, the Sobek wasn't as good of a target as I thought it was
Hmm.
until he hinted with the misplot.
Uh, Should've. And yeah, but so it actually works out for you, but really it probably shouldn't have. So just recognize when like their jungler's looking for you there.
Right. If they played it how they should have, I should have died there.
Yeah, without a doubt. When you just like don't have jump like that, and he has like blind Emerald.
Gotcha.
That guy was yeah. I don't know. Also, I don't know what I missed, but
Yeah.
is this like a double kill?
I can back it up a little bit. This was
Yeah, yeah. That
as soon as I backed after that, there was a fight in mid that I came to.
okay. Yeah, these guys are all
So
over
I
HP.
targeted Sobek because I saw his health bar the lowest, but that probably may not have been the best option at that point because of tankiness. Um,
No, I think the Sobek is fine here actually.
okay. I backed up without abilities.
Okay, I actually don't think you have to back up there though.
Okay, and then I went on so bad because he missed the split.
So there, I think you kind of you space is like you can pause.
Okay.
Ends up spacing, but you're kind of not spacing anything. Like, you know what I mean? It's like before, like if you space, you're spacing like num autos. But what are you spacing here? Like Arthur?
Right. Just trying to avoid damage.
It's like the lip phase like too far out to like really hit you. It would just be Arthur, but like you just like killed your like this 1 HP soul right there and get out. So I think you
Okay.
know what I mean.
I think that was another
You
thing is I
spacing,
hesitated to get out after killing the
yeah,
Sobek.
yeah. You didn't just jump out. If you just jump out, you're fine there too. But it's bad because
Right. So if I don't space, I can kill him and get out with no fear of
yeah,
the Morgan.
you just trying to wasted a lot of time there by like running away. You know what I mean? Like you can replay it to see what
Yeah.
I'm talking about better. Also hesitated to jump. You should just like immediately jump out there.
Gotcha.
But retreat.
If I jump in on him, now all my abilities are down. Arthur, yeah. So it's just really Arthur there, and I'm just walking away
And
without space.
he's just spinning, you know?
Yeah,
Like
he's just.
the Lefay was non range, but now you have to walk back in here and the
I
Lefay
should
could
have
actually
jumped
hit
right
you now.
there instead of.
Yeah, I like that you're spacing. It's just like you know, it just executed a bit poorly. But I do like that you're spacing because
Yeah,
like you
and in that
weren't earlier.
situation was once again like I hesitated,
Yeah,
like I was walking away to get out, but instead of just
you
committing to getting
actually
out, I turned.
because you spaced, you got hit by the Lefay there. That's why it's like kind of funny. But like I do like that you're spacing that like because most bad players like they don't space at all. Like you're, I'm not saying you're bad. I'm just saying
Oh
you know
no,
like most
I
people
know
don't
I'm
space at
definitely
all.
not on the I've been high plat, low diamond bastet,
Well,
but
I'm not. Yeah, but like, bro, a lot of master players like they space very badly, you know. But that's the thing. Like you space there, it's just like the execution.
gotcha,
Like you space when Lefay wasn't a threat. So like when you walk back in, you like the Lefay is the threat. You know what I mean?
gotcha,
Just like think about like who could kill you there, and it's like always the Lefay.
right.
This Nem so free kill here. You just want to use everything. Very good target power to go on her and ignore the other guy. And hit that. That was also
Yeah, I'd
really
have hit
good.
it if it wasn't an ult, if it wasn't CC immune.
Y- Here you don't have kill pressure. Very good spacing. Very good actually.
Yeah, they just
Yeah, yeah, you should just take that and leave. Get out. Clear this like only wave. That was really good though of you.
yeah,
I feel like a lot of people would have just kept there sitting, like hitting the full HP taints and dying for it. So that was good to recognize that like you have no like real kill potential there. They're gonna be on fire right now, so I wanted to like see you farm out this whole left side of the map after pushing this left wave. Is that what you do? If the Arthur
um
looks at you, he can't kill you here though. Just run
yeah, I
away.
think I just juked him and then went left. I think he
You
dropped
probably
too.
didn't have to jump back there. Like a little bit risky for no
Right,
reason, but okay, your whole left side's on, which is unlucky, but backs are up at least.
and then Danza dies up top here. Or he might get out. He had ult. I think I walk left because of that fire there.
Hmm. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they're probably gonna be on gold here, but they're not. So you guys should maybe pull, but it's kind of risky. You guys are like in a pretty dire spot right now, anyway.
is when I call a gank on Arthur because he's by himself.
Yeah, this is good. This Arthur is like content. Uh, would have liked to see you hold your jump. Doesn't matter at all though. Good kill. Good recognition. The only thing is there. It's just like if you jump and he does like manage to like live 1 HP, like you don't have any more gap flows.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah. So here, you guys should honestly like defend tier twos. Like they don't have Arthur. It's 4v5. So this is good from like you and your team. You could like track this num. Just make sure she doesn't blink like that. That's really good.
Yeah, I think I kept her there and just kept
Yeah,
throwing
just
poke and getting
keep her
back.
there. Yeah, that's good. You're spacing very well. She's like not getting any damage off on you.
And she wastes her ult on me. And then
Yeah, that
Dan's
was you played that very well.
and then so back into us. So I do think at the beginning of that tier 2 defense, there was no reason for me to blink at all. I don't know what my
Wait,
thought
you blinked
process.
there?
Yeah, I blinked into the Sobek.
Oh wait, can I see that?
Yeah, I'll go back to it. When we first
Maybe I
started
get.
defending the tier 2, hold on, keep back in. Here we go. I think this is it. I mean, my best guess, I was like, oh, maybe there's someone. Yeah, see, I blink in for literally nothing.
Yeah, yeah, that was trying to troll. But like, you don't need me to tell you that.
Yeah,
You know,
I knew that was
you
bad.
recognize it.
Oh,
Just also jumping in on the num is risky here because you could just super burst you, and then you might just get poked out from it. But like using your 2 and your 3 is good.
yeah, and I recognize he ends here, so I just go in on him.
Yeah, that's good. You're 100 rolled off Bluestone. They're still fighting here. You could keep fighting. This num's in a really silly spot. Yeah, they are super intense. You could look for a best settle here, but I don't want you to like commit autos on it.
Yeah, I zoned myself out a little bit there, probably.
Yeah, I mean that's your team should have just taken the W.
Right.
So it's like farmed off of it. You're still here with best settle, so that was good. I probably would have liked to see you use it a little bit earlier because you might have saved that person, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Bluestone Birch now. So yeah, you're very strong. Just keep in mind that the Nem actually should win like trades with you now.
Yeah,
Like
she had Rage
1v1.
Deathbringer at this point.
Yeah, and ultimate 1v1 she's gonna win it every time. I'll put hold on, sorry.
Sure, no problem. I think a lot of my thought process going forward was just trying to put poke on them as much as possible with them being so strong. Just trying to use the Bluestone Crusher Heartseeker procs to whittle them down.
Oh shit. But yeah, now it's late game, and just recognize that you don't win the general matchup versus them anymore. Like in a 1v1, she will just like kill you.
Gotcha.
Because you're just like a poke character, and she's just way too all in with like full crit, so
Gotcha.
she'll just like yeah.
Yeah,
And
and they're 10,000 gold up at this point.
and better lobbies when players have the better general matchup, they like force it super hard on you. Which I'm gonna assume this num doesn't do, but in theory, this num could just like push and shove mid and force mid and like make you rotate for it.
Gotcha.
And then it becomes tricky. That's why general matchups are really important. It's just like lower elo players like don't recognize when they have the better matchup and like one. And then like when they do, they don't like force it or pressure it very well. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Just in your opinion, in an ideal world, who would have been the best matchup into a Nemesis? Because I think I last picked and she was a top pick.
And to know, I see. Here's the thing. Actually, the last person I coached was very interested in like general matchups, and I just made like a tier list. If you want to see some of them.
Sure, yeah.
So he was basically just the gods. He wanted to know all the matchups for the gods he plays. So, like, I assume you play Susano, right? Like,
Yeah, Susanna is one of the guys I'm comfortable on. Mer-
yeah. So here's like a match. Yeah. So just read like the tier list, and if you have any questions, I could make one for Nem like after this if you want.
okay, gotcha.
Like who's good into Nem. So I guess the god you'd be playing in that sense was Nem, and then all the bad matchups would be like the bad matchups. You know.
Okay. I think that can sometimes be not so much when I'm in the team draft because we've had people that are a little bit better at it than me, but just like in a rank situation, knowing, you know, just because I'm comfortable on the pick, it's a terrible pick and know who I'm playing.
Hmm.
Okay,
But yeah, I have two more. I might as well just send you them just in case you ever play those gods.
sure.
Do you know what neutral, aka game state means, or
Um, I mean, I would assume it's something along the lines of it's skill dependent. Whoever's the better players more
no?
like.
I mean, well, okay, just assume skill level is literally equal. You are just as good as each
Okay,
other. What do you
gotcha.
think neutral game state would mean?
I'm not sure. Then I can.
So here's I'll tell you right now. I'm just sending you the other one.
Okay,
But game state means and neutral means whoever has the advantage. And how do you recognize advantage?
uh, would that be pressure in the situation?
Uh, kind of, but pressure off of what?
Mm, just like pressure off a presence, like you win a 1v1.
Well, no. Okay, so say you're ahead, right? Like, say you have a one level lead, right?
Right,
The matchup might be neutral, but game state favors you in the sense that you have a level lead, so therefore you're stronger, right?
right,
Or let's say it's even. We're even in levels, but I just backed for my Hydras and their jungler didn't. I would have item advantage, no?
gotcha. Yeah,
And therefore I would just win the 1v1. Or it could be relics. Say I have the map pressure, like as Susano, right? Like in this scenario, I have the map pressure, like my lanes have cryo, I could just run in their jungle, I could do whatever I want, you know?
gotcha.
I recognize that I have the map prio and pressure to do that. Say I have both relics up and their Neja is like even and has the same items as me, but I'm able to just find him in his jungle and then like just go on him and be able to beat his ult and just like kill him. You know what I mean?
Right. So a neutral game state would be like you both have the same amount of relics, same amount of items, same levels.
Yeah, well, that would be it being absolutely even. That's
Right.
why the matchup's neutral because either one could win it.
Right.
So I just gave you the scenario where Susanna would come ahead in that matchup, right? Like you're
Right.
able to just find Nesha, you're able to just like use your beads like aggressively and not defensively to kill him, right? But
Right.
say Nesha has like the map pressure and the map prio to find you without beads in your jungle, and he just kills you. You see how that's, like, different?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
the
So
ex it's the exact same matchup, but who has the advantage is huge because of relics, the overall map pressure, the items, and the levels.
gotcha.
Honestly, the Susano could be, like, ahead in, like, a item or a level, but you could still just win the 1v1 because you're able to just, like, Suki ult him, you know, and he doesn't have Aegis.
Gotcha.
Or, like, whatever it may be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna write that down. Game state depends on map, prio, and pressure. Leads, such as levels and gold. Spikes.
And just out of curiosity, since we're talking about this, with like playing as a Naja, what would the matchup be with a Thor, in your opinion?
Like Nejon to Thor.
Yeah,
I'd say that one's neutral. It's probably more Neja favored though, because the Thor just like can't go in without beats ever, and it's like annoying for Thor, and you can't walk up for walls just if you just get slash ulted. But it's like matchup dependent, like or it's like game state dependent again, because say I mean you just have map pressure right, and you have beads, and you just find Neja, like you have the opportunity to just look for Neja in the jungle, and you Thor ult him, and
yeah.
you just like
I was just curious because
kill
that
him,
was
you
one
know.
of the matchups in one of our actual comp games last week, and their team got ahead, and the Thor kind of just spiraled because he could just ult on
You're
boards.
behind. You're
Yeah, we
behind
were
on
behind.
Neja.
Yeah,
Yes, but yeah, see, it's just game state because he had the game state to be able to do that,
right. And I kind
and
of
it's
probably could have done the same thing if we had a huge lead
and
on
it,
their team.
and it's something you like probably recognize and like know about, but you don't think about. It's like you've never like thought about it this way. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like why was he able to do that? It's probably because he had the lanes pressured out. Like he had the map pressure to do that. He was probably ahead, and he probably was able to use beads aggressively in the matchup. You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, yeah. So game state matters a lot for matchups. And I mean, the matchup has to be pretty bad for game state to not matter a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if it's like set into Suki, like that one's pretty unplayable because Seb will just run you down. Doesn't matter how ahead you are. It doesn't matter like if you bad for your item or not. Like he will just run you down and kill you.
Well, this is
Like in
actually good. The
that
tier list
matchup.
you gave me, Susanoo and Set are two of my most played gods. So
Oh, see, that's good. I could make you another one. I just made 3 of those
I think
for
Naja
him.
was probably the other one I've been prioritizing in the comp league we're playing in.
See, yeah, Nutshot doesn't really have any bad matchups. So I can make you a Nutshot one though, like for sure after this.
All right, appreciate it.
But yeah, you could play again.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, for sure. Me
kind of
too.
give you an info bomb randomly because I didn't really bring that up, and I brought that up a lot in my last one.
Yeah, no problem.
It's the matchup he was in was Merc into what was he into? I think he was Merc into Bastet actually,
Okay.
and I was like, you just win the 1v1 super hard, just like blink on him, and then
Right.
yeah, because imagine you right now into like a late game Mercury,
Oh yeah, I
it's
couldn't. I
yeah,
couldn't play the game right now.
yeah, but like he didn't pressure the matchup at all. That's like the thing. It's like you have to just recognize when you're a lot stronger in jungle. I want to look. Yeah, this is fine. Got her shield. Good avoiding the pluck. Could just like look for a ult on the car on here, maybe.
I
But
think that's. I think I decided to go on the Chiron,
yeah, this is fine actually. I've really.
and then I
I don't know
just
about jumping in here.
and then I beats the pluck there.
You could pause. So like you didn't have to commit that hard. You kind of could have just took the poke down the Chiron, like maybe you like blink two, like 2-3, jump out. Uh, I'll commit too hard.
Yeah, I think my mindset was I was trying to make plays to try and turn the game around a little bit with how much the rest of the
Yeah,
team had
that's
it.
yeah, that's fine. But you kind of just end up getting your like beads force, and now you have like even way less hard carry potential because now you have
Right.
to carry around block.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
you could play. Yeah, you're kind of just like too far up here, but it seems like it works out. But
Yeah, we do a decent here, and then everyone kind of dies at the end.
yeah, I think
They got too deep on the front line. I walk away from this, and I think both the front line end up dying from being so far
yeah,
behind the
I
kill.
think you just have to like chill here because like you're kind of just like too far up by yourself. You're just like you know.
Yeah, and I think my aggression kind of baited the team into pushing forward too. No, I think here I was just trying to buy. I think Discord was my last item I would have gone if we finished it.
They went off of that, or
They,
they go fire.
I think they go
Oh,
fire here.
okay. When yeah, don't tell me if they end or not. Just like yeah, when the you just wasn't able to finish mantle. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I wasn't able to finish my item here, but it would have been a Discord to finish it off.
I don't think Serated's that good, by the way, on Bastet, but it's like not game throwingly bad, so don't worry.
Okay, what would you have done instead?
Just go Titans, I think.
Titans.
Just yeah, it just works really well with like how you want to play the character.
Okay. Okay.
Because I mean, think about how Serrated works. It's like, are you getting autos off like after you use all your Bastet abilities
No,
like a lot?
you're getting out.
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
Or like, are you getting like the lifesteal value? Like, no, not really. But yeah, it's like it's fine, you know.
Now, just to make sure I'm thinking right, does Serrated play into ability lifesteal, or is that a auto eye lifesteal only?
It's auto only.
Okay, well that's my mistake for misreading what the item does.
Yeah. You're kind of walking up very aggressively, and you get picked out here again. Which I mean, they could just pull fire off of that in like a good lobby. They probably would.
Right.
But yeah, you're like 25% HP now.
Yeah, so that's
I'll
completely
put
my
it again.
mistake because I was thinking Serrated was both, so that's my fault on that.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
was looking for the life steal, and I die here. Um, I was looking for the life steal to try and sustain and fight since people were dying, and that just wasn't the right call with that item.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of life steal. I'll put this to not a lot of life steal. Don't get baited by Serrated.
So I guess with Bessa, I know because of her like passive or whatnot. Would you recommend anything like a Soul Eater ever, or is that just a bad item?
I don't really like Soul Eater in general, like at all.
Okay.
It's like a lane item, but it's like weird. I don't know. The stats are just bad. I feel like if you just do Titans like here, it's like fine.
Yeah, so go like Titans, and with Discord, it's still been an okay last item
Yeah,
with the
it's
situation.
like it's expensive, but yeah, I think it's like fine.
Okay.
I probably would have went full damage here just so I could have CD from Jonas, but
Okay.
like my build probably would have been like a either transverse or Jones first into trans. But say it's just like I go transverse like you do. I could have went for like uh trans Joden's like Crusher, like Hard Seeker Timesbane, you know? I also like Bloodforge a lot too. The item's really good. I don't know
I
about
would
on
have
bus
done
stuff.
Blood Forge if I didn't feel like I was needing to if on the because my thinking was I would jump in if I get low, it stuns everyone around me so I can jump out.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, it's
usually
just
Blood
really
Forge would have been
expensive.
there if I was ahead. I would have gone Blood Forge or even.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, Bloodforge is just really good.
Okay.
Uh yeah, I mean you guys just trying to defend birds here. All you could really do.
Yeah, I wanted to show you
You
this VOD because I thought with the game state of them losing hard, it at least kind of puts focus on what am I doing to at least make the best of it. Kinda.
yeah, what are you trading out for? How are you like getting strong? Yeah.
Right. If I'd have sent you a stomp, like what does it matter? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I I think the only thing you could really look for at this point in the game is just like killing the Lefay when they siege.
okay.
I think you can't 1v1 the Num right now. She's just like full build. Just super kills you, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Arthur, I mean, the thing is, you could like maybe kill backline, like play front to back, but I think your carries are just not able to kill
So
their
can I
Arthur
rewind it for a
right
second? I want to show you so when I was here up when I first saw that Morgan,
now.
my thought here was if my team had played up with me, we probably could have killed her before the Arthur got there. So let me play it so you can see like how far after the Arthur show us up. So the Arthur doesn't show up on a ward or anything until right there.
Yeah.
So if they'd have played
See,
up, could we have probably picked them?
the thing with that is you just don't have vision, like at
Right.
all.
So it's
So
risky to
like
play.
everyone only sees the Lefay, and like everyone sees a Nem in mid, but it's like their Chiron, Sobek, Arthur could just be like at that gold pit or like right next to the Lefay and just not showing.
Okay, gotcha.
And if you guys just like group up and all commit on a Lefay and they're there, like if you guys die, it's just game.
That's
But
just-
like I don't think it's the worst to look for picks. But
yeah, and that
you
was
kind of
another one I
just
was just hyper
get one shot
focused
of
on trying to
Chiron
poke
here.
people out, and the Chiron catches me out for it.
Yeah, I mean, late here is rough no matter what, just because of like I don't know, it's just
The fire, the gold.
the game state's really dire here, and Basset's not really that great late game.
Yeah, I think
But
that's also where I realized our Danza built like an ability build.
yeah, your team was just trying to super insane. But here probably just look for the Lefay when they siege, but you trying to just you were getting poked out a lot. No, like this game's probably like a loss no matter what you do, but it's just like recognize that you could be like positioning better.
Right.
Only a player really. And yeah. That's you played well. Just like late game with Bastet into like teams that you can't kill is rough because Bastet doesn't kill teams very well, like at all either.
Right.
So yeah. Uh any questions or anything?
Um. So I guess my takeaway from it is obviously use the shards more often.
Yeah, that's a big one for
Uh,
sure.
know when to play aggressive on their side of the map when we have a power play, and being more
Yeah.
aware of the game state of me and the jungler and playing off of what I know.
Yeah. And just care about your positioning late because into like Chiron, if you get poked out, you could just pull kinda.
Okay. Yeah. So
Do you want like the Nuzha matchup tier list thing?
yeah,
Or-
I love that. That would be good because that's something I've
Gotcha.
been practicing a lot with.
Mm. I'll send you your notes here.
Gotcha.
You ever wanna just like review them?
Yeah, for sure.
Why is this hard to find? Oh, gotcha. Found it.
So in my opinion,
Uh,
that's like pretty standard gameplay for me. Would you say that's more of like just a macro awareness kind of learning issue? That's kind of holding
I
you back a little bit.
I think mechanically you play fine. I like the spacing,
Right.
like could use some work. But that game, I think it's just like a really tough game to win when your team's like kind of getting farmed like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think you probably in that general matchup itself, like Nem's just like a hard god to punish. It's like even when you have the advantage, she's just like too good at like getting away, you know.
Gotcha.
So like yeah, Nem's like kind of the god with like that's like the least punishable because it's like if you have like the good game say on Najal, like you could punish the god so hard,
Gotcha.
or like you know, but yeah, Nem's a lot harder to punish.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Naja was available there and I didn't pick it when it probably would have been better.
It's funny. It actually shows my last year list here. I didn't want to do that. There we go. So you're playing Usha?
Yeah,
And this-
I'm playing Naja a lot in the scrims.
Gotcha. Yeah, she's or he's good right now. I mean, so okay. So this is just gonna be for junglers, general matchups themselves. But keep in mind, even if you have a great general matchup, it could just be bad into their backline. It's like, say, I don't know, you have a great Neja matchup, but into Yemo, where she could just swoop off your landing, it's like very bad, you know? So just keep out for like other matchups like that.
Right.
But jungle like itself is like a really important one usually. So
Gotcha. I see you're sharing your screen, but it's still like showing blank. I'm not sure if you're actually showing anything yet.
or do you say no? Wait, hold on. Do you say no?
No, it just shows your icon.
Really? Okay. I see it on my Discord.
Am I just?
That's so weird.
Hold on, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me see. Pop it out. That is. It was me. All right. Cool.
Oh, you say no?
Yeah, I fixed it. I'm good.
Okay, cool. Uh, so the thing with Nesha is that it's weird because it's almost all on game state. Because she's if you get behind or don't have like relic advantage on Nesha, it's really easy to punish. It's just like how hard can the gods themselves punish you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think like into Kama, for example, it's like pretty hard for him to punish you. Like even when you are like you don't have the dream state. So but say for like a character like
I know in one match there, Geb absolutely ragged anything I was trying to do.
yeah,
But,
absolutely. That would just be another example of matchups that are like
and that
not
was a counter
jungle.
pick. Like
You know?
I didn't pick it into it, but
Yeah, they
he picked
picked
it as a
into you.
counter.
Yeah, gotcha. But yeah. So I'm just gonna put gods down and let me know if you have a question about any of the matchups and how they should play out.
For sure.
Honestly, I thought it's not great matchup. I think the sub one could be pretty rough. But like the thing to know is that as long as like even if you're into a very bad matchup, like I don't know, say set, uh if you're ahead and you have like game state, like and relic advantage, like you'll be the one that's stronger, you know what I mean?
Right.
I just can't find set right now. So
Lost him in the
bro, I just had him too, but I like placed him randomly somewhere.
here he is, top middle, second row.
Top middle, second row.
A little to
Oh,
the right. There you go.
thank you. Uh, I mean, if the gods is bad too, it's like whatever. But
Right. And with how decent assassins have been this season, is it ever worth going like a warrior jungle?
no, not really. They're all pretty bad right now.
Yeah, I figured. Just thought I'd ask.
That looks to be all of them, unless I'm missing something. And if you're ever into Arachne, just it's good. So
Right.
yeah, that's everything. Do you have any questions here?
Um, I think the one I did have with the great matchups, the only one that kind of threw me was the Wheelix, and I guess I had a question why she would be a great matchup.
Her character needs to go blink first, like pretty much. Like if you don't have blink on a Wheelers, it feels very bad.
Okay,
So
gotcha. So
just
you
because
kind of
you're
punish her early.
yeah, just because you're Naja and you're making her go beads makes this character so much worse.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's like likewise with a lot of these other characters. Honestly, you could kind of put Pele in the same spot, like here, but she could just run you down if she like has the advantage, you know. So,
Right. Okay.
any other questions?
Let's see. And then I'm assuming the bad matchups are mostly because they just out trade or they have ways to like prevent damage.
Set could just run you down, for example.
Right.
Uh, Gilgamesh could just like run you down, for example. Mercury, he goes beats no matter what, and he doesn't care about your slows. He could kind of run you down. A lot of Nezha is whether they could run you down or not. Even these gods could run you down, but they just need to be ahead for it.
Gotcha.
And Daji is bad because she's just so safe. Like she has no problem going beads first and just farming it out, and just like
Right. Okay.
yeah. And then Suki is good because you don't really want to. I mean, you actually Suki's here. I don't know why I put Suki there, but yeah.
Okay. And then for game states with the the great neutral and very bad. So let's just assume from the very start like you're following that off. Like my assumption with looking at this would be like if it's a great matchup, you're trying to look the pressure early. If it's neutral, you're trying to farm and push your game state in your favor before you start getting that aggression, unless the map like clearly it's an int or something like that. And then a very bad matchup, you're just trying to farm and play for team fights.
Well, so
Or
here's the
like general
thing.
idea.
It depends on the time of the game because you know how I told you like Bastet's straighter than them.
Right.
It's like yeah, you're stronger than them early, but when she gets like laid in items online, like she'll just win the 1v1. You know what I mean? Or just
Gotcha.
like the matchup. So it's like into Fenrir, you could be a lot stronger early, like first 3 levels and fight him. But it's like, because you could Sasha's brutalize, you could, if you ring bounce him, you just outtrade him. Uh like in that sense. But but late game, like Fenrir will like farm you in a 1v1. Or like mid game probably he'll farm you in a 1v1.
Okay.
So just recognize when you're strong. It's like even though it's a bad matchup into Dodgy, like in theory, if you find her early, like you could kind of just go her,
Right.
It's like you're stronger early, but it's just when she gets some Magi's in late game and she's just like ulting people with CC immunity, that's when it's rough. And
Okay.
it's like Set, like Set's not really a threat. He's only a threat until he's like level 5 and could run you down, you know,
Right. Okay.
before you have like double relics. So it's just like
So still just kind of recognizing like at what levels you're good against another god and then what levels you kind of got to be more careful of it.
yeah, and it's like even if it's a good matchup in your favor, I wouldn't fight a Kama first 3 levels or even level 5, like ever. You know what I mean? I wouldn't
Right.
just immediately look to pressure him out. Like even Lance, like the matchup's so good because you just stun him off his horse. But it's probably a bit risky to like trade into a blue stone Lancelot like first 3 levels right now as no
Gotcha.
shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even Same with the wheelers. It's just it's one and where kinda.
I know even in the comp I played and in ranked, obviously Loki's one of the gods everyone's picking right now. What makes it such a great matchup for that one?
You could catch his invis. He kind of wants to go blink. He can't really engage without blink. And he kind of can't play the game if he doesn't have beats into you.
Okay.
He uh he also gets owned by Bluestone. No shot could build Bluestone.
Yeah, that is
You're
one thing I
stronger. You're
noticed.
stronger than him early. You're stronger than him mid game. You could cancel his three. You could run him down. You could catch his invis.
Right.
A lot of things like that.
And as long as you're aware of where he's at and he can't full kit you late, it should be
Yeah.
okay.
There is a chance though where like Loki just like catches you out and like kills you, and then like he's just ahead and has like the game state because he's really had to like be able to like beat your roll and just fight you and kill you.
Right.
But like I'd say overall it's more no shot favored.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I'll send you the list by the way.
Yeah. And it makes sense. The rest of them, for the most part, I kind of get why.
Mm. Okay, there we go. So I'll send you that too. Any other questions before we finish up here?
No, I think it's you gave me a lot to think about. That just it's things that I have thought about as far as like I get what you're saying, but I haven't like actively thought about it.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's why like you might have known what terms like prio means, right? But like you never like really stop to think about it
Like, what
and
does it
stuff like
really
that.
mean? Right? Yeah. Like, what is it doing for me? Stuff like that.
Hmm. And it's like you might recognize when you have the power play, but it's just like you don't think about why you have the power play. It's like you have like say for example you have the power play because you have mid pressure and you have like the vision of their jungle. It means you have the information to look for a play on like invade or like the side of the map or a gank.
Right. Or like I understand like at times like yeah, it's great to get the power play, but then I'm not thinking about what should I be doing with it other than trying to go for an objective like you were talking about
Mhm.
looking
Yeah,
for
you want
farm.
to just you want to make sure you're getting like farm or like some sort of advantage off a power play. Like
Yeah.
a power play I make a lot right now is I just like I'll gank a lane and I'll just get both bastions out of the way, and it's like a lot of gold.
Right.
It's worth more than like double mid camps. If you could do that, and then there's like three lanes where you could do that right now. So
Right.
stuff like that.
Okay.
Just yeah.
But yeah, it's like you gave me a lot to think about. That's things that are easily improvable, just things I haven't been actively looking at.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like you'd probably get more value from it at like a stream or like a comp level game, but in ranked you could apply it. It's just ranked is a lot more like less thoughtful and like honestly like brain dead. Like even my like games are like honestly quite terrible, like macro wise and everything. So
Right. Yeah,
just
but like I
apply
can
that to your streams though, and yeah, you'll see
right,
like
like I
big
just
results.
actively need to think every time I gank, like press the shard button.
Yeah, that too. That's like read how much power it gives you.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
the 10
like
base and then
even
+2 per level or something like that.
yeah, it's like even write a sticky note, like maybe even like on your monitor or
Yeah,
something
like
like
put
that
it
could
there,
help.
like press your shard. uh, yeah, but no, that was exactly what I was looking at. Because like I looked at the game before we did it earlier today, and like I said, I could recognize like good plays, bad plays, what I could have done differently, but just the whole idea of what can I do to actually advance my lead, or what can I do to make the most out of a situation. That
Hmm.
was a lot of good information.
It's just say you just made sure like next stream you have like the game state, like you have the map lead, and you're like I don't know, it's like a matchup. Say you're like you're Susano and like you're into like a rat or like a Thor or like whatever it may be. If you I want you to just like think about it and just like do I have the map pressure to like pressure this like jungler out? Like, like for like a fight on him and then like that fight could lead to something,
Right.
I just want you to like think about like stuff like that. Like just whether they're stronger and they might look for stuff on you or whatever it may be.
Gotcha.
And game save will always come down to those like four things, by the way. It'll be like the state of your lanes. It'll be the level and gold advantage that they have, whether they back for a spike or it'll be relics.
Okay.
I think I wrote that down, but I could like write it down again. Just
Yeah, it's in the
say
notepad. I think you talked
okay,
about it.
yeah, four things. I'll put it down again. Like I don't know, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's actually five things, so I can't count. But there you go.
It's like the
Yeah.
the 4 Ds of dodgeball, and there's 5 of them.
Hmm.
Let's see.
But yeah.
Levels, item spikes, matchup relics. Yeah, that all makes sense. But yeah,
Six, but I put golden levels with each other, like pretty much. So
gotcha.
because gold kind of goes with item spice a bit, but yeah.
Gotcha.
No, so four. Okay, I'm not wrong. Four things.
Yeah, golden
Bang.
item spikes.
But yeah. So is that everything? Do you think, or?
Yeah, I think that covers a lot of what I was wanting to kind of learn about how I was playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said, I think I showed that match to you because I know obviously there were some mistakes in it, but also having an overall decent game. And
Yeah, you had a good game in like a very rough situation.
right,
Like
and I think that's what's important is if I'm making the right decisions in a bad situation, I can make the right decisions in a good
and
situation.
yeah, like imagine when you have like the lane states, the good lanes that you could like play off of.
Right.
Your Arthur or your Ardu might I'm not sure if like he was just bad, but that lane was like probably very free, like usually.
Yeah,
Like if
I
all
think it
your
was a combo of me not going over there, and he just was losing the matchup that he had a very good matchup into. I think he was 5 levels down at some point.
yeah, then
He
yeah,
was
that's
also the
rough.
one that was like trying to F6 at 12 minutes and was just kind of.
Yeah,
I think he
yeah.
was already mentally done 15 minutes
It,
into the
it could
game.
it could be rough to avoid that lane then, for sure.
So, but yeah, I appreciate it. Like I learned a lot there.
Uh, do you want to pay using like PayPal or do you have like a preference?
Yeah, let me ask May real quick because she was the one. She said she was gonna cover it. Let me just get a hold of her 1 second.
Okay.
And can you just let me know how much it is so I can let her know?
It's $20. I
Okay.
think we agreed on, right?
Yeah,
Or
I think that's what it was. It was from.
okay, cool.
And what's your PayPal? I'll let them know.
Here I'll just put it down.
Yeah. And let me just let her copy. And I'll send this to her and her husband real quick just to. Yeah. Or honestly, what I might just tell her is I can pay you via PayPal and then she can just cover it back to me. That way we can go ahead and knock it out and it's not a big deal.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. Just let me know whenever. If you ever want to set up another one or whatever, just let me know.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to spend some time working on the stuff that we talked about today and try and get a decent game for another one. And then we'll
Mm-hmm.
just kind of
Yeah,
take a look at it maybe in a couple weeks.
yeah, sounds good. Just let me know
And
whenever.
like I said, Just let me know how you feel about it because I'm just trying to get a hold of her. If she doesn't get a hold of me right away and you want it, I can go ahead and send it to you. If you don't,
No,
then she can give it to me.
yeah, it's fine. Just take your time.
Okay, no problem. I'll let her know, and then as soon as she gets with me, I'll let you know as well. And I can give you her Discord name in case you wanted to talk to her by chance. But
It's probably unnecessary, but I mean,
yeah,
if you
she's
want,
actually
it's okay.
replying to me right now. So hold on one second. Let me just see what she says, and I can let you know. Yeah, because no one really told me beforehand if they were going to go ahead and do it before we started or whatever the case was. So I just wasn't sure. That's all.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, she said that's fine with PayPal. Um, let me ask what she does. She asked if that was the only thing you had or if there was another method, but let me just ask her what she has. That way we don't have to have this back and forth. Okay, she knows she for sure has Zelle and Venmo set up. She knows that she's pretty sure she has PayPal as well, but she's not positive. That's something her husband has.
Uh,
What either of those
she
were?
could, she could, she could Venmo me.
Okay, Venmo works. And would you mind just sharing your Venmo?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll share that with her, and she said she'll get that taken care of in just a second.
All right, sounds good.